Salutations, boys and girls and kiddos of all ages, and welcome to another video of Posing Action Figures with Toy the Poser. And I am your host, Toy the Poser, of course. But hey, let's be honest with ourselves here. It's you guys that are the real stars of this show here. All my subscribers, returning viewers, general supporters of the channel, and even the new first-time viewers of the channel. To whom I would like to say too that this is not your average toy review channel. Just a simple showcasing of all the things I like to show off in the form of action figures and toys. And now I'll just go behind the camera into giant mode to show you exactly what I mean. Whoop, whoop. And now here upon our rotating rotator, we have the Marvel Legends Executioner Build-A-Figure Wave, WARBOW. Okay, so cool. If anybody haven't saw already, the WARBOW is another character from the Crystar storyline, or whatever you want to say. And why didn't they give us a villain? You'll see what I mean when I talk about that. But let's talk about the box for people that like boxes. Here you go. All right, there's the back with all that wordy stuff on it. Okay, there's all the lineup of the execution of Build-A-Figure Wave. That's the execution, of course. A Wolverine that doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece, so I don't need or want it. Iron Man, the Mark 72 armor, we've already made a video of. Dark Avenger Spider-Man, who is not the Spider-Man that you think is. WARBOW, who is this video is about now. Werewolf by Night, who we made a video of. Enchantress, we made a video of her. And Phantom Rider. And side of the box that you saw on the rotating rotator, the front of the box that you saw on the rotating rotator, the other side of the box that you saw on the rotating rotator, the top of the box, and of course the bottom of the box with a barcode and more wordy stuff that I don't know if it means anything. One day I should probably read it to see, but anywho, okay, so this is where we magical poof him out of the box to see what we got going on. So magical poof. All right, so he stands up, great. But as we talk to him, we're going to send him to the back for a little bit further. First and foremost, he comes with the right arm and hand of the executioner. Okay. Kind of open, loose palm hand. And a weapon holding hand, which means... get out the executioner here. We're gonna pop his arm into place, hopefully with a little struggle and force. Okay, all right. And also, since he has his weapon holding hand, which was his right hand, we can now give him his axe to grind. Okay, and how well does he hold it? I don't know. Let us see. Seems like it would be a pretty strong grip. Okay. It probably won't be such a struggle if I wasn't trying to do this over a camera, but oh, okay. Hey, that is a pretty strong grip. Okay. So, all right, good job. Marvel Legends on that, but this video isn't about him, so off he goes. Okay, this video is about WARBOW, who comes with, of course, a crossbow. Green crossbow with a green arrow that goes inside of it that I'm pretty sure you're latching in it. Oh, good gravy. How do I do this? Oh, okay. I thought it slid in. It just snaps in. So groovy. Okay. All right. Look at that. Okay. We're going to put that to the side for a second because he comes with a weapon holding hand that has that kind of the side, what do you call it, articulation or swivel or whatever. So two of those are left and a right of those, which is, and Warbow himself, I should probably adjust the camera for him a little bit. Okay, so we can talk about it. So he, yeah, I that's it. We can talk about him later because, like I said before, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure he's just a reuse of the old Crystal body mode. But let's and so his like I said, since they reusing the body mode, I heard tell that that toy companies, or at least Hasbro, wow, look at that split. Now, that's all we ask for sometime, Hasbro. Okay? Things like this, just a simple, full-blown split. All right? No boot swivel, but then again, you know, the human body doesn't have a cut right there at that joint. Okay, I'm doing all this moving and breaking them, but I forgot to tell you guys to make sure you heat up your action figures before you try to pose them, kiddos. Okay, no butterfly joint, but like I said, I know I gripe about that a lot, but yeah, it's just kind of frustrating. And I only took off the head because I just wanted to see if yes. Well, I'm pretty sure I knew that from the get go, but the whatever you want to call this, bandolier or satchel, I don't know what it is or what, it comes off. Okay. This little belt piece is also two separate pieces, but you can't take it off unless you break your action figure. So it's kind of, but it is kind of on that snugly. So, yeah, customizers beware. Yeah, that's my little nod and tip to customizers. Okay, how did this go on him from the get go? Let's just go ahead and put that back on him. All right, and put his head back on. Okay, and let's put him in a cold pose and do a quick. What is going on here? Oh, let's switch out his hands too. I think I'm gonna need this one. I might. Let me see how it goes. Let's. Yeah. Ooh, that was kind of scary. Okay, we're gonna give him the weapon holding hands because he has a weapon. And it looked like his weapon has a loop in it, but can his hand go in it? It can, I guess, if you force it, but it's probably wise to do that first, and then snap his other hand, alternate hand, weapon holding hand, whatever you want to call it, in like that. That way you can twist it and turn it and move it and shake it. I actually think I broke this because I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to do that. But it was a separate piece, so it's not a crazy break. I'm pretty sure I just have to glue it back in. But yeah, see what I mean? Kiddos, this is why you got to be careful. You see, but it's not bad. It's like a puzzle piece, and you just kind of put it back in. But yeah, that's what I said. I'm pretty sure all I have to do is just get a little glue or something and get it to fix back in. But see, I just broke my toy. That sucks. Okay, but let's get him in a cold pose and put him on a rotating rotator before I do anything else harmful to him. Okay, while trying to do this over a camera. But all right, let's do that. Whoop. Ah, yes, nothing like an old-fashioned Nillum and Killum pose. Okay, well, yeah, as you can see, I had to change his hands again and kind of prop the, you know, the right, yeah, his right trigger finger hand up under there until I take it off, and I would glue it back together because in situations like this right here, I like to try to use a glue that's not, not so permanent, So some old school, elementary school, grade school, whatever you guys call it, wherever you're from, Elmer's glue. And this is the clear kind. When it dries clear. It's kind of what I use on my Buck the Bigger figure, which you'll see at the end of the video when we do the size up. Well, he's right here. Well, yeah, the reason why Buck's glasses don't fall off is because I use that kind of glue on the edge of it, but it's not permanent. And I don't know how well you can see it, but it dries clear, and it's kind of weak. So yeah, I should just probably use super glue, but because that trigger handle isn't supposed to come off. But this is the glue I use, when I'm, try to be just I guess for, I don't know, peace of mind to know that I can always take it back off, But anywho, moving on. WARBOW, as I said before, is a reuse of the old Crystar Marvel Legends body mold, and I don't have mine around right now, but I don't know. Go back and watch that video. Trying to shoot this guy because he was translucent crystal, blue plastic, just like WARBOW is here, and I think that was back in the day when I had the brown background. So who knows? It might show up better. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that the mold or something like that. Normally it's something I don't do because I can never remember if they are, when action figures are being reused with certain body molds or something like that. And 9 times out of 10, I don't have that action figure around to compare it to the previous one because I don't store my action figures like that. So yeah, so my Crystar action figure is not in arm's reach, I should say. So, but I just wanted to show you the comparison anyway. But anywho, we're not here to talk about all of that. We're here to talk about the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, or the next 20, 30 minutes or so, which is WARBOW. And although for some odd reason, the physical characteristics didn't really give us a whole lot of physical characteristics about him because they didn't give us all the height and stuff and all, and what he looked like when he was a human. But so I did this. This is Crystal, whatever you want to call it, old physical characteristics. And so just for pretty much height, weight, and things like that, I switched it out or compared since they're using the same body mode. But we're just gonna cross those things out and go with that. All right, we're gonna assume that, well, he was a male and 6'2" and 225 pounds. All right, and there you go. Created back in 1983 and first appearing in Saga of Crystal Warrior issue #1, and created by a handful of legends like John Romita Jr. and Jim Shooter, just to name a few, because there was a lot of people that was involved in this comic. All right. First, let me explain to you what Crystal Warriors are. Okay. Crystal Warriors are humanoid beings that got transformed into crystallized people by a wizard by the name of, I'm going to try this, Ogiodo, Ogod, Ogd. You see the name. Okay. But anyway, out of loyalty, I guess, to the prince of the crystal crystal people who were from a place somewhere far in the Milky Way called the Crystallinium, Crystal Labyrinth, or Crystal Kingdom, whatever you want to call it. But yes, a place far, far away in the Milky Way that where these beings were originally native to. Well, anyway, Ogie, Ogie Odi, whatever his name is, basically out of loyalty and respect to his people and the prince of the Crystalium people, Crystar, Ogiodi transformed Crystar into a crystal being because during a war, he was badly injured and wounded, and in order for him to basically, because they couldn't really heal his wounds from dying, the best thing he could do is just turn him into a crystal being to preserve him from dying. Anyhow, so yeah. And after Ogie, I'm calling him Ogie, transformed Crystar into a crystal person, he then transformed all his other loyal soldiers and subjects into crystallized beings, thus calling themselves the Crystal Warriors. And one of those Crystal Warriors were WARBOW, Crystal's good friend and companion throughout childhood and stuff like that, was basically one of his loyal Crystal Warrior subjects. And although WARBOW and Crystal fought side by side in the Great War against Crystal's brother, Moltar, who I think should have been, if they was going to give us more Crystal Warrior characters, this should have been the next option, you know. But anywho, all right. But they defeated Crystal's evil brother Moltar, and was thus life moved on, and their beloved Crystal Kingdom ended up in a weird world, no pun intended, but a strange place called Weird World, Battle World, whatever, that was ran and controlled by a woman by the name of Baroness Morgan Le Fay. All right. And now Morgan Le Fay, when the Crystalium people's world, or Crystal Palace, came into Weird World, Morgan Le Fay destroyed it. And one of the only sole survivors at the time was, of course, our guy here by WARBOW, who was then captured by the underground H-Wing. I guess the Baroness Queen Le Fay found out that he was alive. And although the underwater H wasn't the brightest bunch in the, I guess, in the group pack, but, or the brightest bulb in the chandelier, or whatever you want to say it, Crystal could have easily broke free from him, but he actually waited, and for some odd reason, and stuck around to see, I guess, to if there were other people that would survive. To then which they brought in a guy by the name of Archon the Magnificent. Now, although Archon was not from the Crystolium world, he was from a totally different world and place altogether, who also been brought to Weird World. On his planet, he was a great warrior, all right, and a leader. So together, he and WARBOW broke free and escaped and went back to Queen LaFay, where WARBOW forced her to give him back pieces of his shattered king and best friend, Crystar. I guess I forgot to mention that yeah, doing while she was destroying the planet of Crystolium, she ended up shattering Crystar. But with those pieces back in tow of in WARBOW's possession, he was able to take him back and put his best friend and king back together again. And when they were all put back together again and they rebuilt their kingdom again, WARBOW stuck around and stayed to fight against everyone that was oppressed in Weird World, and even he went up against the master of Weird World, who was a guy by the name of Eshu. And I'm showing y'all these names because you guys know I don't know if I'm pronouncing them right or not, but Eshnu, the master of Weird World, or whatever you want to call him. Anywho, whatever he was, but yes, he's another big bad guy in that Crystar universe. So there you go. That's pretty much it when it comes to the origin stories of WARBOW. Whoop whoop. Now, once again, WARBOW wasn't given a power grid and shows his abilities and whatever. So this is basically Crystar, his friend's power grid. So I'm just reusing it, and due to the fact they was created during the same type of process, they was made the same kind of way, I'm gonna go ahead and make the assumption that all crystal warriors that have been crystallized have the same abilities. Like, their body is made out of extremely hard crystal, so they are very durable. They have enhanced strength, which gives them, I think they can lift up to like 1,000 pounds or so. But yeah, and now that they're crystallized people or something like that, they no longer need to eat, sleep, or breathe for that most part of. So yeah, there you have it. And of course, he's equipped with a weapon, which was his crossbow, that I need to fix. Okay. Anyway, let's size him up. Whoop. And representing the 136 or 135th action figure size, which is 2 inches tall, the average 136 action figure size, we have Herbie from the early 2000s Toy Biz Fantastic Four multi-pack. So yeah, the early Toy Biz Marvel Legends slides, when they made a multi-pack of the Fantastic Four. We got Herbie out of that, who is actually 2 inches tall. Okay, representing the 136 action figure scale size. But representing the 1/18th action figure scale size, we have Xeno Strike's 3-minute project, who I call Waist High Ninja Guy, Gary for short, who stands at approximately 3 3/4, okay, which is the average 1/18th scale action figure size. All right. And representing the average 1/12 action figure size, we have whoop, Stan the Man, my main man, Stan, the Marvel Legends Stan Lee action figures, which stands at approximately 6 inches tall, the average 1/12 scale action figure size. And as you can see, Warbow is standing almost the exact same height as him. But like I said, yeah, that's probably why he's I'm using Kristar's attributes, characteristics for him. But it doesn't matter because representing the 1/10 scale action figure size, we have whoop the Nada homebody action figure, who I call Buck, the bigger figure. Oh yeah. And Buck is standing at approximately 7 inches tall. So that pretty much makes Warbow stand almost exactly at whoop 6 1/4. Yeah, I thought I'd do a close up to see if you guys can see just as well as I can, or even better. But anywho, there you have it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And that's it for today's video, kiddos. So thanks for stopping by, Warbow. And oh yeah, by the way, don't you worry about your weapon here. I have this thing fixed for you, lickety split. But it is kind of what? Ah, great. Surely you got the warranty on this, right? Whoop. Okay, looks like my day is filled, and I got something to do, take care of. But if you have free times on your hand and you don't know what else to do with it, here's a little piece of advice I would give you that my mother would tell me at this time. Go somewhere and play. See you in the next video, guys. Ta-ta for now.